Hello, YouTubers. Again, it's Mia. And now we're back to make this popping bread pudding. I promised you this morning that we will make it this evening while I'm off work now. And so, let's begin. Now, I'm going to start first by washing my hands. That's the first rule of the kitchen. You don't know what you've touched that's contaminated or that's dirty, so we want to make sure that everything is clean. So let me start there first. Again, I don't want any names of anything to show, so I'm turning it around backwards to make sure we don't have to pay anybody. You feel me, people? Okay? So once we get through washing our hands, I'm going to show you all of the ingredients of what's installed to make this bread pudding. Again, just remember, this is Mia's bread pudding. You can twist it, turn it, add, subtract, do whatever you want to do to it to put a twist on it to make it yours, okay? So, here we go. Over here, we have the ingredients of the bread pudding. Remember today, earlier I told you you could have any kind of bread. Any kind of bread you want. It could be cornbread, white bread, wheat bread. So we have 1 liter of white bread here. All I did was take it and tear it up to pieces and just filled up the cup. So this is 1 liter. We have 1 cup of raisins here. We have 1 cup of sugar. Now keep in mind, I'm going to go back and add another cup of sugar because I like mine a little more sweet with a little more sugar. Also, we have vanilla. We have nutmeg. We have cinnamon. I also told you earlier today that you could pick any fruit that you like. I told you also that I like canned fruit. It's in its own syrup. Or you can get it without any sugar added. So I have fruit cocktail. You get whatever fruit that you like. You can also get nuts. If you like nuts, be sure to add those. Also, I have milk, 1 cup of milk, and I have 2/3 of milk added also. So it's a cup and 2/3 of milk. Also, my other cup of sugar here. So it's a cup and 2/3 of sugar as well. I like mine a little sweet. Okay? So we're going to begin here. So if you had cornbread, leftover cornbread, don't toss it out. You can still use it. I have white bread. I don't have any cornbread today. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to toss it inside of the mixing bowl. I'll make sure all of this is out. I'm going to turn the mixer up. We're going to place it on stir. We just want to break it down into pieces. We don't want it to get all wild. We just want to break it down. So we're going to continue this method until it turns into bread crumbs. So let it continue. It should look like this. Now for those who don't have a mixer, you can also use a hand mixer. Or you could just take your hands and do it manually and tear it up, but you'll be working for quite some time. So you need to invest in a mixer if you don't have one. Or get you a hand mixer. Okay? So you just continue to let it blend until it breaks it all down. If you see, when I put it in, it was whole. Now it's breaking down to little pieces. You want it a little fine. So we're going to continue to let that stir. While that's stirring, I'm going to take my dry ingredients and add them to the process. That would be 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. I told you earlier, a pinch of nutmeg. I think I have 1/4 of nutmeg here, measured out. All of your dry goods. My sugar. I have my 1 cup of sugar here. I like mine a little sweet, so of course I'm going to add a little more sugar. We'll clean up our mess when we're done. Okay, raisins, still considered dry. Let's add them in slowly. As you can see, the bread has broken down. Now, I'm going to add my cup of fruit, or well, my can of fruit cocktail. adding the wet now. Once you do that, I'm going to add the 2/3 cups of milk. Sorry about that. After that, we're going to do 3 eggs. If I think I need another egg, I will add 1. So 3 to 4 eggs. Depends on the amount you want to make. So I'll take 1 egg. Usually this process should be already pulled up inside of a cup. The reason why, just for shelling, to make sure you don't get any shells in the mix. I'm pretty good at what I do. You just be careful. 2 eggs. As you can see, the process is mixing, coming to a full mixture. 3 eggs. Let that blend. Now again, we're going to add some vanilla. We don't need a full tablespoon of vanilla. You don't need much. About a 1/2 tablespoon of vanilla will be fine. But if you want more vanilla, go ahead and add it. We're making these our own. Okay? And it looks like it's blended quite well, I won't need that extra milk. Because I only added 1 liter. I only added 1 liter of broken bread. Now usually if I have my cornbread, it yields a little bit more. So I have to add more milk to break it down. Okay? Now as you can see, I already have my pan sprayed. It's just a loaf pan. Because I told you earlier, we wasn't making much. Usually I cook for about 100 people every day. So we're just going to use the simple loaf pan, or you can use any kind of cake pan. It'll be fine. The pan is already sprayed. I'm going to keep this milk because we don't waste around here. I'm going to cut it off. As you can see, everything is mixed. You just take your scraper or your spatula and go around the bottom. Make sure everything is mixed in. Any type of fruit you would like to use, go right ahead. And if you wanted nuts, now I'm a nut fan, but I don't want it in my bread pudding. I'm just sorry. So, I do like raisins though. So I had a full cup of raisins. Now a lot of people don't like raisins. But if you want to stay regular, I suggest you get you some in your diet. Now, we're going to pour this mix inside the loaf pan. Now, as you can see, I have a little more left over because of the bread that I use, and it's fine. All I'm going to do is take this process that I have left over. I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag, date it, and freeze it. This pan is going in the oven. Now, right now, my oven is preheated to 325. But you can put yours at 325 if you like, or 335. But mine is at 350, as you can see. So I'm going to bake this item for at least 30 minutes. And then we'll see the finished touches then. So here we go. Let me get a mitten here. Now usually you can add a little butter to the process. Now, I started a little earlier making some, and I took them, I put them in a ramekin. Now ramekins are nice dishes that you can use for desserts, souffles, anything of that nature. So here we have our bread pudding. That's done. But I want to take them and I want them to brown about 5 more minutes. They've been in the oven for about 35 minutes. They're in a ramekin. So a ramekin, they cook a little longer because everything is compacted. So we're going to come back in about 5 minutes and I'm going to turn them over, dust them with a little powdered sugar, and then that's the finished product. And thanks everybody. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching Her Southern Touch. Family and friends back at the table again. Just want to show you some quick ideas, quick ways to get a meal done without having to go out into a restaurant, spend extra money for a nice dessert, or just spending money because. Let's stay in sometime and make it a family matter. Have a good night. Tune in later for more videos.